Hey, yo, Smalls, turn up
I'ma
on me,
pull up on
bruh.
you.
Hey guys, so I'm back, and what I want to talk to you guys about today is Raising Kanan. Have y'all been watching Raising Kanan? Because I've been watching it, and it kind of started off kind of okay. It got my interest. Then it kind of got a little. It wasn't boring, but it got a little flat somewhere, and then all I know is in the last 2 episodes it done kicked up all over again. So this is really about the last episode, episode 9 I think it is, loyalty something something whatever. This is really a review on the latest episode, but we kind of squeeze in a little bit about the last episode too. Okay, so I know Kanan want to get in the game, and he's so anxious to be a part of the game or whatever, you know, that his mom and his uncles, like, their business, he want to be a part of their business, you know. But my thing is, how you gonna be a part of somebody's business and you just a knucklehead? Like, you don't listen to nothing nobody tell you. Like, you're like, Rock showed him how to cook up, like, one time, and then this guy, okay, he came up with like a good little plan, you know, a little business plan or whatever. Even Uncle Marv had to be like, okay, that is kind of smart, you know. So he ran it for a little while to see how it was gonna go, and it went pretty well. So I was cool with that. I was like, okay. So he came up with like a little business plan to show that, you know, his mind is kind of working to way, you know, to their ways of doing business and not being caught. So that's cool. But what I did not expect him to do was to go up into the stash house or wherever they was at and start telling these grown men, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna cook up myself, I'm gonna cook it up myself or whatever. And they looking at him crazy, like, what you mean you gonna cook it? Like, so, and they was mixing it with this other stuff, like, because, you know, Rock and them, they supply been low for a minute. So they were cutting it with this other stuff, right? And Kanan just grabbed the bag, took everything, and was like, okay, I'm going to cook it up, and then we're going to put the testers out, boom, straight like that. And basically bossed up on him, talking about, you know who my mother is, blah, 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 blah. And they didn't want no sauce with Rock, so they're like, all right, bro, do you. Now, it killed me when they put them testers out, and like, dudes was straight out here dying, like, just one puff, inhale, dead. Like, it was crazy. Like, that really threw me for a shot, because I was like, wow, like, Kanan is out here killing folks. Like, it's just too much, because, like, I knew he wasn't ready. Like, I knew he wasn't ready for, like, I don't know why he can't just wait for his mom to, like, ease him into the game slowly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she already showed you how to cook up. Just follow her rules and maybe you'll get in there where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to jump the game. Jukebox little girlfriend take you know, the blue cap that Kanan had passed off to Jukebox when the cops rolled down on him, and she just stored it in her book bag and walked off. Forgot probably that it was even there. And Jukebox girlfriend Nicole gonna go in her bag and take the blue cap, and then her parents stressing her out about this dance or whatever, and next thing you know, she taking a blue cap. I said, oh, don't do that, but it's too late. She already took it. She died. I was like, girl, like, I mean, so, and the thing about that also is that when Jukebox eventually figured out how she died, and she realized that she took that blue cap out of her bag, like the one Kanan gave her, she took that way better than I thought she was gonna take it. But the thing that I'm realizing after the fact is, I'm like, yo, she would be so mad at Kanan. Like, they probably wouldn't even talk again after this if she knew that Kanan was the one who cooked up those drugs. If anything, she think Kanan is the one that was selling it, but I don't think Jukebox was aware that Kanan had actually made that batch himself. So I think that's why she took it so lightly, like that she did, like, and then get mad at him like I thought she would. But I'm assuming that's gonna come back up later. But So of course, you know, Rock finds out about it. She's pissed off. Um, and then somehow I think she finds out that Kanan and Marv was involved. Like, anyway, the stash or whatever that was, you know, those blue caps that was killing people was actually their stuff. Came from them. So she finds that out. Of course, she's pissed. She's telling Marv she don't want nothing to do with him ever again. And that's another thing. Marv is, listen, I don't know what it is about the men in that family, but they hard-headed. Except for Lou. Lou kind of is different. But Kanan hard-headed. He don't listen. Uncle Marv is hard-headed. He don't listen. How many times Rock told him, leave Kanan out of this shit? Like, I don't want him involved in this shit. So on and so forth. Does Marv listen? No. He keep he keep kicking him work. He keep letting him do this and that on the side. The dude, he almost got him killed in that stash house one time. Y'all remember? Uncle Marv is a trip. So I really wasn't stunting when Rock went off on him talking about some, oh, you know, I can't have nothing to do with you. You out of here. Like, you donezo. I was okay with that because I was like, you know what, maybe her and Marv do need to go their separate ways, because even though he's the enforcer, he put in work, don't get me wrong, but he's a real knucklehead at the same time, and it's like, you can't have that type of person around your business. Like, they gonna have you caught up. So anyway, that was the end of the episode, the last one. And so we come in on this one. Let me get my notes so I don't forget anything. But okay, so we come in with this episode, guns blazing, literally. So hey y'all, so I forgot, I had to do this quick voiceover because I forgot that in that last episode I didn't mention that the reason why we came into episode 9, guns blazing, you know, Marv toting up, is because, you know, Unique and them, or he thought Unique and them went after Lou. Because what happened was Lulu was in his house minding his business, telling Rock he taking a day off and whatnot. And then they threw a, what you call them? One of them, I think they call them Molotov cocktails. I don't know what the hell you call that thing. You know, the bottle with the fire in it. They threw that in his house because they wanted to burn his house down with him inside. So he passed out or whatever. Marv got there in time to at least, you know, drag him out the smoke filled house and to, you know, get some help, like an ambulance or whatever. And they took him to the hospital. So that's why he was pissed off. That's why he went in so hard at the beginning of this episode. I completely forgot to mention that, and that was a significant part of the previous episode, I guess episode 8, just so that you're aware. So you see they starting off the whole episode with Marv getting in his little truck with his peoples. He got his piece on him, and then he go find out where Unique is, and Unique is going to go pick up his son from school. So Unique goes to pick up his son. Here come Marv in his little truck with his gun. You know what I mean? Spraying the whole area. Mainly he was trying to get Unique. I don't know if he necessarily cared that Unique's son was involved. I think he did that on purpose because he felt like he would be more off guard because he's, you know, picking up his son and not, you know, doing some regular street stuff. So Marv went shot up his whole car, right? But turns out the man has bulletproof windows. I mean, of course, why wouldn't he, considering what he does? So he didn't get him, but he did shoot him up, and he did see who it was shooting him up, so you know it's gonna be retribution for that. But yeah, so Marv was pissed off. He said it ain't going down like that. So the next thing you see is Lou in the hospital. So he made it. He's fine. He's not dead. I mean, he ain't awake, but he's in the hospital. He ain't dead. So that's something. Then, you know, the girlfriend, Lulu's girlfriend, with that Spanish girl, she's in the hospital waiting on him to wake up. And, you know, Rock is there as well. Rock is in the hospital, mad, plotting, trying to figure out how she gonna get her revenge for her brother. And just so happened, right? Oh yeah, after Marv finished shooting up the thing or whatever, shooting up Unique's car, and pull off or whatever. Notice the driver in the truck with Marv didn't notice this at the time, but it's the same guy who, when the detective ran down on him, he told him that Kanan was the one pushing the blue caps or whatever. So he basically snitched, and Marvin, it got back to Marvin that he was the one that told the cops. So he was like, basically, I know what you did. Dude is sitting here pleading for his life, like, oh, you know what it's like. They had me for murder, da 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 da. He's a kid. They're not gonna do nothing to him. Bow. So you know how that ended. So yeah, Marv took him out. So that's one less snitch on the block. Then, it just so happened that this detective is always lurking. I don't know. He's always lurking around. So I guess he found out that Rock's brother got hit and he's in the hospital. I don't know. Maybe he knows because he's a cop, so he gets that type of information. I don't know. But yeah, he just lurking outside the hospital, smoking his little cigarette or whatever. And then he see these two dudes kind of waiting outside the hospital for somebody, and then somebody who works in the hospital comes out and gives them a little bag, and inside the bag, you see uniform and staff ID and all of that. So it's obvious that they're going to try to sneak into the hospital wearing those things and find Lulu and finish the job. So, and mind you, they got one of them got this high top fade, that little square shit, and then but his is like asymmetrical, and then the other guy kind of got the same thing but a little lower. So my thing is this, like, even if they did have the uniforms and the badges on, like, no offense, but bro, you walking through the hospital like that with that haircut, yeah, I don't think that's regulation. But whatever, I still would have probably, if I was security or somebody in there, I would have stopped them and asked them, like, I would have looked at them twice, like, you work here? Like, they don't even fit the scenery, uniform or not. But anyway, so the cop happens, a detective guy, I forget his name. Anyway, it's not important, but you know the one I'm talking about, the one who is Kanan's father, supposedly. So this detective just sitting outside smoking his cigarette. He happens to see this go down. So now he's trying to figure out what he can do to prevent, because he knows they're going to go in and look for the guy. So they cut away from that. They really run up inside looking for Lulu, whatever. But by the time they find the room that Lulu's in, apparently the cop got inside or whatever and caught them before they were able to do anything. Arrested them on the spot. And I don't know if he told Rock beforehand that they were coming, or how that went down, but she's aware that he caught them before they had a chance to do anything to Lulu. So that was a good thing. It's a good thing he's still alive, right? Because he saved her brother at the end of the day. But then so the white lady keeps stalking Jukebox. Basically, Jukebox was at her girlfriend's like, her grave, and trying to mourn or whatever. I don't know when she gonna read that letter that she gave her, but anyway, so here come the cop running down on Jukebox, talking about some, oh, are you all right? Sorry about your friend, so on and so forth. Like, she's still trying to, like, I don't know, like, clearly she's trying to get information from her, so she's trying to, like, bond with her on some level. And Jukebox is not beat. Like, she already see her coming from a mile away, so it's just like, really, what do you want, lady? But she offered her ice cream. Jukebox run off with her for the ice cream, which I didn't really understand. If you don't have nothing to say to her, then why would you even let her take you for ice cream? You can go get ice cream any day of the week, like. But we'll get around to that. So then Jukebox go off with the lady to get the ice cream. They not really talking about nothing, but the fact, like I said, the fact that she even gave her the time of the day is kind of suspect. It's making me realize that, it's making me think that Jukebox is gonna flip. Like, she's gonna flip on Kanan. She's gonna tell that cop something, because she hasn't been saying anything to her all this time, but yet now she's letting her take her for ice cream and stuff like that. And it's like, why are you even wasting your time? You know what I mean? So I feel like she's gonna eventually tell her something. So she gets mad. She tells the cops stop following her. She walks off. She goes home. Now, so Uncle Marv and Kanan is together in the next scene, and then you see them at the table, whatever, with the guns and stuff. And I guess she's teaching Kanan how to clean the gun, or how to like take serial numbers off the gun, or whatever they trying to do, some illegal shit. And so they doing that or whatever. Kanan is kind of hype, a little excited, like, you know. And Uncle Marv is telling him, like, yeah, okay, I guess Rock is really turning you loose on the streets. You know what I mean? Like, it's really about to be your time, young blood, you know, type of thing. So, and then, you know, Kanan makes some, like, joke about the music, which I thought is, like, that is typical kids his age. Like, what the hell are you listening to? Like, I remember being a kid that age and thinking the same thing with my parents, like, or my mother. Like, what are you listening to? Like, some of the music was cool, don't get me wrong. But at the time, I couldn't get into it. I was just like, what are they listening to? So I felt it. It was a nice little funny scene to break up the seriousness of what's about to go down. So, Marv tells Kanan that Rock told him he gotta, Rock called and told Kanan he gotta get down and meet her somewhere with 2 guns. So, Marv basically tell him just go ahead. So Marv go into jukebox room looking for music, because Kanan is complaining about what he's listening to currently. So he's like, well, jukebox probably got something that this little fool will listen to. So he goes in her room and he's looking, you know, for something to listen to, and he discovers the tape of her and Nicole at the mall doing that song. And let's just say he discovers Jukebox secret, which is no longer a secret, that Jukebox is out the closet, okay? And he was pissed off about it. He broke a whole TV, everything, trashed a whole room. I expected that reaction from him, knew it was coming. But what I did not expect is what happened after that. So he finds out Jukebox little secret. Jukebox eventually come home from her little excursion, you know, out with the cop or whatever. And she comes home to see her room destroyed, you know. So she's like, what's going on here? So basically Marvin tells her, so what are you, a lesbian? You what now? And he's very upset. This is where it gets crazy, because he starts talking trash about the white girl. Of course, you know, Jukebox get mad. And what I didn't expect was Jukebox spits in her father's face, which is like, now you know daggone well, girl, you was finna get the hands. I don't care, female or not. Like, you don't spit on people. That's a no. So anyway, she spit on her father. He went crazy, slapped the mess out of her, slapped the taste out of her mouth. You hear me? And so she holding on to the wall for dear life, like shocked. Like, did he really? Yes, he did. You spit in his face. What did you expect? So I was okay with that part, because I was like, you don't spit on people. But then it get crazy. Then she tried to go back for more and attack him. Then he grabbed her up, started choking her against the wall. Girl, it was a lot. I was like, are we forgetting this is your daughter? Like, you might want to pull back a little bit. I mean, I know you upset, but what? So yeah, it was getting crazy up in there. And Jukebox eventually, you know, Marv caught himself like, yeah, I'm doing too much. The girl damn near passed out from being choked. So he let her go. She walk out the house, she leave, obviously traumatized by what the hell just happened. And you know, he calling her Juke. She ain't trying to hear it. She walk smooth out. I don't blame her. You see Kanan and his mom, they do their little target practice wherever they at. And then she starts telling him, like, you know, I'm gonna tell you the truth about everything. I could have sworn she said that before though. And basically let him know, like, we doing target practice right now, because basically I'm gonna ask you to shoot somebody. I'm gonna ask you to shoot somebody dead blank, like, and you got to be ready for it. So he's practicing his shots, his mom getting off some shots. And at the time when she was saying it, I was trying to figure out who is it that she's gonna ask him to kill. And then it rang off. I was like, she's gonna ask him to kill that cop, because he keep meddling in her business, and I don't think she really want to tell Kanan that that cop is his father. So the only way to avoid it is to, you know. But like I said, if he was dead before, he wouldn't have been able to intervene and save her brother. So Anyway, so she sends Kanan to do a job. It doesn't clearly. Then Lulu woke up in the hospital, so that's lit. Everybody loves that. Yay. And then you see a screen of Jukebox meeting up with that white cop again. And I told you. And then after that thing went down with her father, with Marv, I knew for a fact. I was like, she going straight to the cops. She about to tell all their business to the cops, and it's going to be over for every one of them. That whole family is going under the jail. Because, I mean, she may not do her aunt dirty. She might just be collateral damage. But she taking Marv down. I'm going to tell you that right now. And maybe even Kanan too. She find out, you know, everything. But sure enough, she goes straight to the cop. And she tells the cop something about them planning on killing cops. I don't know if she was talking about Unique and his crew, but basically they was planning something against the cops. And so she told her, the white cop, so I guess so that she can intervene and so that the cops don't end up getting, you know, cornered and killed or whatever. So she did end up telling the cops something. Not what I thought she was going to say, but she did eventually end up snitching something. So then the last scene of the episode, so then Kanan come face to face. He puts on Unique's jacket. Now, mind you, I didn't know why Lou took Unique's jacket to begin with. What was that about? I wasn't sure what that was about. But then now, Kanan got the jacket, putting the jacket on. He goes to meet the detective or the cop. They meet up. They see each other face to face. And to be honest, that cop wasted time. Okay, he could have possibly saved his life, and he just came out the gate and was like, "Oh, I'm your father," and try to explain. He was running his mouth. He was wasting time. And Kanan, let's just say he didn't have time. So, bow. You know, granted, it was an accident because he thought the guy had like stepped forward or approached him, so he got nervous and he fired really out of nervousness, not intent. But that second shot was intentional. Okay, and to be honest, I did not think Kanan was going to be able to fire that shot. I didn't think he would, or if he did, I didn't think he was going to be able to finish the job. And the guy might live, which is going to be problematic in the end for Rock. But, like, so that's how the episode ended, basically. Kanan shot the detective. We don't know if the detective is dead or alive or what. I'm assuming that the guy is dead. Because if he's living, that's only going to be complications. But we're going to see. And then if he is dead, that kind of kills the whole storyline about, you know, Kanan even finding out that was his dad. And, you know, or maybe he's going to find out after the fact, you know. And then that's really going to be crazy to find out, you know, that was your dad that you killed. Like, can you imagine to find out? I mean, at some point, his mom got to tell him that DEFCON is not his real father. Like, it has to come out. Like, so, I don't know, but this last episode was a doozy, girl. Like, I just couldn't. And then the last two episodes actually were pretty entertaining. Like, they had me on the edge of my seat, girl. I didn't know what to do. But it was cool. Hopefully, you know, and I think we wrapping up probably the end of the season now. So, now Lulu back. I don't know what they gonna do now. But, yo, Kanan is out here. Like, he's official. You know what I'm saying? He done killed dudes with blue caps. He done killed dudes with burners. He just, Kanan is out here in these streets. That's all I can tell you. So, but yeah, so that episode was very interesting. Hopefully the next one will be lit as well. So come back for the next review. If I do another review, it depends on how good the episode is. So I'll see you when I see ya. Peace.
Hey, yo, Smalls, turn up.
I'ma pull up on your on your on your